Hey, hello, and welcome. Day 3 of the UPLIFT Healthy Lifestyle 7-Day Self-Love Challenge. If you're staying with me so far, thank yourself for taking this time. Building that habit of self-care is so important. And of course, self-care means making time for yourself, taking care of yourself physically and mentally. And of course, the self-love challenge is all about that. So, Day 3, here we are, ready to accept ourselves. Today's flow is all about creating heat, burning off negative energy, and of course, building up our self-esteem, which really generates from our core. The workbook today, the journaling prompts within the workbook are about releasing self-judgment. So if you don't already have the workbook, the link below to access that are in the notes below. Let's dive in. All right, so we're going to start seated today. Any comfortable position. Today I'm seated on a block. You will probably want to have a block or two, as we've got a couple of standing balances where having a block handy can be helpful. If you don't have a block, something to help raise the floor up, a book or something similar, a box. Or, you can always make do without it. The balance may be a little challenging, but still doable. So again, coming into a seated position here, just connecting with the breath. You're welcome to close down the eyes or take the gaze to the floor. Have the spine nice and tall, but then soften. Feeling the energy of each inhale as it comes in, each exhale as it moves out. One more inhale here. Nice full exhale. Before we get into our movement today, we're actually going to stay here for a breathing exercise. Breath of fire. So it's a nice fast-paced breath, helps energize, create nice warm movement through the body. It's a pulsing through the abdomen, so you're squeezing those abs in, pushing the air out, and then the inhale naturally comes. You don't even have to think about it. But it's pretty quick, each exhale, right? And then the inhales happen naturally. We'll do 20 of them, and then pause. We'll do that 3 times. Just a quick demo so you know what it looks like before we begin. So a cleansing breath. And then you're pumping. So we're breathing out and in through the nose. The abdomen is pumping to push the air out. If you happen to have any junk in your nose, go ahead and blow, take care of it beforehand. Otherwise, it's just you and me, and I don't care. So it's all good. Like I said, we're going to do 3 rounds. Each round is 20 breaths. The breath is pretty quick. If you feel lightheaded at any time, stop and just breathe normally. And then if you're not quite ready to do the next round, simply don't. Okay? It's also about taking care of yourself and noticing what's happening. So if it's not working, don't do it. All right, here we go. Nice cleansing breath first. Full exhale. We'll take that deep inhale and then start pumping. Nice job. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Stay here a moment. Collect yourself. Notice how you're feeling. If you've not done that breath before, you probably feel all kinds of energy moving through your body. Just become aware of it. If it's too much, just stay here breathing normally. We'll move into our next round. Here we go. Deep inhale. And begin. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe normally. All right, we've got one more round. If you're feeling up to it, join me. If not, just breathe normally where you are. Deep inhale and begin. Inhale, exhale, and breathe normally. Nice job. So we do that, again, just to build some energy in the body, to help stimulate our sympathetic nervous system that primes us to get ready to move. Join me now standing at the top of the mat, and we'll begin getting right into our flow. If you've got your blocks, having at least one of those handy to the top of the mat as we get into this. So inhale, sweep the arms up here, ground through the feet, feel that energy rise up, 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 and then take a side stretch. Left arm falls, right arm reaches, side bending here. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, right hand falls, left hand reaches. Nice side stretch. Inhale, both arms up, hands through center, bend the knees into your forward fold. Knees can be bent here, the backs of the legs may be tight. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through that spine, plant the hands, and then step into your plank pose. Nice strong plank, continuing to build that heat as we press into the hands, pull the navel upwards. Then come down, knees, chin and chest. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale down. We've got one more. And lower as you come down. Make your way through table into downward facing dog. Lengthening through the spine here, pressing into the hands, tailbone moving away from the hands. On your inhale, fly that right leg. Pull the knee into the chest here, squeeze it up, step the foot down. We're setting up for warrior one, so that back foot may need to step in slightly. You're standing on railroad tracks. Front knee is bent and the arms rise up here. Oh, yes, feel that heat. That front hip pulls backwards, that back hip pulls forwards. Nice square hips here. If this isn't comfortable, you can always pop that heel for a crescent pose. No sense in forcing something that doesn't feel comfortable. From here, open it up into warrior two. Now your feet change so that back heel is in line with the front heel. And then you open the arms up. I usually have to push that back foot further out so that I create a nice strong base. Belly's pulling in here, spine is tall, arms extend. Feel that extension through the arms. Feel the heat in the legs. Now that back arm sweeps forward as that back heel kicks up, coming into that crescent pose, reaching the arms high here, the belly's pulling in. Crescent pose to warrior three. The arms circle down. Find that block or the floor. Back foot slides forward and then lifts up. Find your balance here. Nice strong standing leg. That back foot extending behind you as the crown of the head reaches opposite. Feel the heat building in that standing leg. Nice work. Slowly lower that back leg as you bend into the front. Resetting that warrior two, cartwheel the arms open, reverse warrior. Front leg straightens, reverse triangle, then arms forward, parallel, slide it forward, and then down for triangle pose. Shoulders stack here, chest is open, expanding. From our triangle pose, we move into half moon, another standing balance. This left arm comes to my back hip. My front leg starts to bend. My right arm reaches for the floor or block, looking at that spot as the back leg slides forward. Lift it up. Once you find your balance, you can open that hip a little more. If you feel a little wobbly, stay here. If you feel strong in your balance, you can reach the arm up and look forward. Nice job. Slowly lower down, back foot to the back of the mat, bending through that front knee, opening it up, warrior two, reverse warrior. Now extended side angle, elbow to the thigh, bicep near the ear. Using our core as we flow between these two poses. Pulling up, reverse warrior. Belly stays drawn in as we come into that extended side angle. Reverse warrior, inhale, extended side angle, exhale. One more time, reverse, and extended side angle. Nice job. Take that arm down. Runner's lunge, step into your plank. Move through a vinyasa here. If you'd like to take chaturanga, shoulders forward, bend the elbows, flip the feet, pull the heart through, and then tuck them as you come into your downward facing dog. Oh, cleansing breath here. Feel that energy. Nice job staying with it. When you're ready, fly that left leg, pull the knee into the chest, step it down. Setting up for warrior once again. Back foot may need to step forward. The feet are on railroad tracks, meaning they're about hip width apart. Bending through that front knee. Arms rise up, belly's pulling in. Feel the strength of this warrior. Warrior poses always make me feel strong. And you can always add a little mantra here, saying, I accept myself. Any other mantra that feels good, that makes you feel love for yourself. From warrior one, opening now to warrior two. So the arms start to open, that back foot adjusts. So you've got heel to arch alignment here. Front knee is bent, belly's pulling in, arms extend strong. Breathing here. No matter what you might look like in these poses or through this flow, it doesn't matter. You are trying, you are working on it. So I want you to feel positive energy for yourself here. Let's take that back arm, sweep it forward. Back heel kicks up into that crescent pose. We're moving to warrior three. Arms down, take the energy forward. Back foot slides and lifts. Nice work. Taking it all the way back now. Plant that foot, taking it right into that reverse warrior. Straighten the front leg, reverse triangle, arms parallel, full triangle pose, slide it forward and down, right arm to the sky. If it bothers the neck to look up at this high hand, just look forward at the wall in front of you. You can even look down. From triangle pose to half moon, this top hand comes to my hip. My front leg starts to bend as I take the left hand towards the floor or block. Back foot slides as I shift. Strong standing leg and lift. Find the balance, feel strong. If you have it, you can open up that half moon and take the gaze forward. One side may be more wobbly than the other, that's okay. From this half moon, taking that back foot all the way down. Nice work. Plant the foot, taking into that reverse warrior. Extended side angle here. So remember in this flow, the belly's doing the work. Pull that navel in, pull the torso up. Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Nice job. Take that top hand down to the floor, runner's lunge, step into your plank. Move through your vinyasa here. You can always do knees, chin, and chest into a baby cobra. You can simply take plank to down dog, or you can move through chaturanga with me. Chaturanga to up dog, then to downward facing dog. Nice work. Take a cleansing breath here. Lengthen through the spine. letting go some of that negative energy as we burn it off. All right, let's come down now to, we're going to come down to our knees for a moment. Take a quick break. Setting up for plank pose when you're ready. So a brief little flow. We're going to stay pretty low for the rest of the class. As we move, though, it's going to be a lot of core work. A lot of work in through this center. So coming into plank pose, forearm plank. Forearms are parallel to each other. The shoulders stack over the elbows. The belly button pulls up. That tailbone starts to kind of curl under. So you can stay here in this forearm plank, nice and strong, or you can take some pulses with me. So these pulses look like the belly is pulling up and then releasing, pulling up and releasing. It's pretty quick, and we've got 10 pulses before we rest. Your rest can be either on your knees or coming back to that regular plank position. Your choice, and depending how strong you feel. So again, let's come into this plank pose. Exhaling as we pulse, inhaling as we release. So we've got 10. Pulse, release, pulse, release. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Knees if you need to. If you still have the energy and the strength, you can stay in plank pose as well. We're going to do that one more time. So coming into that forearm plank, nice and strong. And when you're ready, 10 pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down here. Maybe walk them in a little bit. Find a child's pose. That can be quite intense. So I hope you stayed with me. Take a rest here. Reconnect with your breath. When you're ready, walk the hands back. We're going to come to sit, prepping for boat pose. Boat pose, hands are on either side of our hips here. We take one foot up and then the other, balancing on our sit bones. Option for the knees to be bent, hands to the knees. Hands can be on the floor, legs can extend. There are lots of options here for your boat pose. So our little boat flow, boat pose, and then coming into a half boat. So half boat means you're opening up, shoulders and feet are staying off the mat. Arms can extend here. So we have this hollow body shape, and then we come back to our boat. We'll do that a few times, and each time we come into half boat, there's a little something with the legs. So you really build some heat in the core here, heat and strength. All right, let's come into that boat pose to begin. Hands on either side, one foot and then the other. Nice strong boat here. Inhale, open up to that half boat and hold. 3, 2, 1. Boat pose, nice and strong. On your inhale, open up, now flutter. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming into our boat pose. Nice job. We have one more time through. When you're ready, open up and crisscross. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boat pose. Hallelujah. Almost done. And come all the way down. Give your legs a hug. Yes, I feel that too. Reconnect with your breath here. And when you're ready, we'll come back to sit. So, a little less intense here as we come into a reverse table. We'll start with a prep, then reverse table, then reverse plank if you choose to. So starting with our reverse table prep, feet are planted, hips are square here. The hands come behind. Notice the fingers are pointing towards my rear end. The shoulders roll up, back and down, starting to open through my heart center. I lift the gaze up here. So I'm just starting to feel the sensation of openness through the front of the chest, into the shoulders. Breathe into that. All right. Now let's come into reverse table. So the prep, same thing here. This time we're pressing into our feet, pressing into our hands, and lifting our hips. As we do so, the front, the top of our body here might come into a flat position like a table. You may be sinking down, and that's okay. Just giving it a try. Notice the activation through the triceps, into the shoulders, maybe even the feet into the legs as you're pressing those feet down. And then release. Nice work. Let's give those legs a nice hug. And then you can choose either of those first two poses that we did, reverse table prep or reverse table, or you can move into reverse plank with us, where the legs are simply extended. It can be a little more challenging. Hands come behind, shoulders roll up, back and down, chest is opening nice and proud, legs extend here, so pressing into the heels and into the hands as you start to lift here. The head can stay forward if that feels better on the neck, or you can start to open it up. And release. Nice work. All right, let's take a moment here. Just a nice round of breath to reconnect. Nice job. All right, so our next little mini series coming back into our plank pose. So from here, we've got a plank, side plank into a gate pose, and then back to side plank and plank. Then the other side. So start in our plank pose. Roll your heels to the right. As you do so, weight comes into that right hand, the left hand opens up. Side plank here, hips are pressing up. Now my low leg, so my front leg, I'm going to step it a little more in front. My bottom leg comes as close underneath that hip as I can get it, and I reposition my back leg. Modified side plank. Now I press in to that hand, use my core, bring my torso up and over. My toes here, you can point them forward or you can pop them to the ceiling depending on how your hip feels. Bring it back, modified side plank, full side plank, full plank. Now let's do that on the other side. Plank pose, heels roll to the left, adjust my feet, take it into that modified side plank, readjust my top foot. From here, pressing into that left hand, use my core to pull my torso up and over. Toes can pop if they need to. So a nice side stretch here, and then take it back down. Modified side plank, full side plank, full plank. Nice job. Come down to your knees. From here, let's make our way to our bellies. We're not done with the core work, however. We're just moving to our tummies. So from our bellies, we'll be working with Locust Pose. We have a few variations of Locust Pose and then bow pose. So strengthening in the back and then a nice back bend for energy. So come to the belly. Locust Pose, the arms are alongside the body, palms facing up. My feet are snuggled in, my legs are snuggled in next to each other with the feet touching. Let's start with just the legs first. Hips press down, feet lift up. Feel the activation through the glutes in the legs, lower down. Let's do that again. Inhale, lifting just the legs and lower. This time we're lifting just the head and shoulders. So inhale, lift, hips are pressing down and lower. Let's do that again on an inhale, lift and lower. All right, now full Locust Pose. Hands can stay to the floor. Hands can lift up if you choose. So on an inhale, feet, head, shoulders, everything lifts except the hips. Inhale, lifting, back body's activating, feet should be squeezing towards each other. 3, 2, 1, release. We'll do that one more time. On an inhale, lifting, hold, 3, make sure you're breathing, 2, and 1, lower down. Nice job. Let's take crocodile pose for a brief moment. Hands pancake and the forehead to the top. Nice, deep inhale. Full exhale. Great work, by the way. This is a lot of energy that we are expending in this short class today. All right, so setting up for bow pose. Bow pose is a back bend. We'll take the knees, bend them so the feet fly to the ceiling. Hands come on either side, finding either the feet or the ankles. So a nice soft bow pose is simply just starting to gently press into the feet, gently lifting the head and shoulders up off the mat. Breathe here. Exhale, release it down. Pause. Next section, we're going to hold for 2 inhales. When you're ready, inhale up and hold, up and hold. One more inhale and then release it. So we come up on an inhale, hold for 2 inhales, release on that final exhale. We've got one more, this time holding for 3 inhales once we get up. Inhaling, lift. Hands press into the feet, feet pull into the hands. That's 2nd inhale. 3rd inhale, release it down. Release the feet. Pancake the hands, crocodile pose. Reconnect with your breath here. Nice job. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Take yourself up through a table, maybe sway the hips from side to side just to release that back bend a little bit. And then we'll simply just flip onto our backs. So we're going to release the back bends with some twist. So hug the knees in here, nice and gentle. Release that left foot. Right knee comes across the body. Left, or your right arm reaching behind you. Releasing here, each exhale a little more. And then back to center. Gently hug the legs in. Release that right leg. Left knee crosses the body. Left arm behind. And release back to center. Nice work here. Before we find our final resting pose, we'll come into waterfall pose. So if you have blocks handy, you can always find a supported waterfall pose where you're simply taking the block underneath the hips here. It just elevates them a little higher than the heart. And then the feet float up. If you have no block, no worries. You're just simply lifting the feet to the sky. It's the same pose, you just have a block under the hips or not. Hands can come across the belly. Reconnect with that breath. Waterfall pose is just simply shifting the direction of the energy. Helping us to come back to a more neutral place. One more deep inhale here. Pull the knees in, extend them out. Finding a basic shavasana here. Legs extend, the toes are welcome to flop open. The arms comfortably away from the body. You can also do one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart, whichever way you choose, or just off to the sides. Take a nice deep inhale here. Full exhale. Once more, deep inhale. Full exhale. Now let go of the breath. Let it come and go as it may. Let go of the body. Let it just rest. We'll be here for just a few breaths. Now you're welcome to stay in your Shavasana pose here, or you can join me in a seated position, nice and slow. We're going to be closing our practice today by repeating an affirmation. So again, you can remain in your Shavasana pose, or you can join me seated. Whatever you feel like the body needs at this moment. So you're welcome to say the affirmation aloud with me, or simply in your internal space, depending on, maybe what's around you, how you feel comfortable. Today, I choose to let go of judgment and simply accept myself with kindness and compassion. Today I choose to let go of judgment and simply accept myself with kindness and compassion. Today I choose to let go of judgment and simply accept myself with kindness and compassion. When you're ready, turn to your journal prompt to address releasing judgment of self. And take time for this practice. Take time for yourself, knowing that it is an act of self-love. And then join us again tomorrow for day 4, where we practice forgiving ourselves. With peace, love, and gratitude, namaste.